Welcome to the UBC News Tonight, this 8th day of June 2025. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and we'll be joined by Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language a little later. Without further ado, let's get straight into today's bulletin. Government has handed over 300 outboard engines and boats to the Democratic Republic of Congo. And these items were previously impounded during fisheries protection operations on Lake Edward, George, and Albert over the past year. We have a detailed report.
Enteekateeka y'oku
idinze ntino tubakwasa bana Congo nga tetuyinako sente zonna ze tubasabye tubakwasiza freely. Billion Uganda shillings, and the president guided that we hand over these items freely to the Congolese authorities, to the Congolese government. And today the Congolese government has been the Congolese government sent a delegation of 6 personnel from Congo side to come and witness this handover and takeover of their items, and we are very happy that.
Mais par la sagesse des deux présidents de la République, le président, notre président Félix Tshisekedi Tshilombo, comme un vrai Africain, un vrai Congolais qui aime la paix, il a essayé d'échanger avec son frère, le président Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, pour que la paix règne entre nos frontières et entre les deux peuples. Comme l'Ouganda, c'est la République sœur du Congo. Alors aujourd'hui, ce sont des signaux forts de vous montrer que non, il y a une bonne relation entre la République démocratique du Congo et l'Ouganda. Donc en passant, je remercie d'abord le président Museveni d'avoir accepté le main tendu du président de la République, Félix Tshisekedi Tshilombo. Et tout ça, c'est pour vous dire à ces petits ennemis-là qui cherchent à déstabiliser notre relation que non, ça sera difficile. Puisque je suis ici au Congo, en Ouganda, avec tous mes équipements. Et pour vous dire que non, nous n'avons pas de problème.
The handover led by the Fisheries Protection Unit FPU under Lieutenant Colonel Masse Tukahira took place at Renshama landing site in Rukunjiri district.
What we are witnessing here today is the handover of Congolese impounded items. Today we are handing over 184 outboard engines and 56 boats, estimated to be worth 2 billion shillings, 2 billion Uganda shillings. And the president guided that we hand over these items freely to the Congolese authorities.
I want to dearly thank His Excellency the President General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the CDF General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, and the overall Fisheries Protection Unit Commander Lieutenant Colonel Masse Tukahira for facilitating this, for giving the guidance. We have handed over freely.
Congolese officials praised President Yoweri Museveni and Uganda's military leadership for releasing the items unconditionally.
Tunaenda tunapaza habari kwa wakubwa, na sisi vile kesho na kesho kuto wanafunga ya Uganda, tunaweza kusema ya kwamba wanarudisha hiyo vitu ya Uganda. Kama Uganda alifanya leo, pia wanarudisha ya Wakongomani.
This function signals the beginning of good working relationship between Congo government and Uganda government, especially on operations of the lake and especially on operations against illegal fishing.
Donc en passant, je remercie d'abord le président Museveni d'avoir accepté le main tendu du président de la République, Félix Tshisekedi Tshilombo. Et tout ça, c'est pour vous dire à ces petits ennemis-là qui cherchent à déstabiliser notre relation, que non, ça sera difficile, puisque je suis ici en Ouganda avec tous mes équipements.
Additional handovers occurred in Toroko and Bolisa districts. However, Ugandan fishermen raised concerns about Congolese fishers allegedly stealing their equipment, which has created tensions on the shared waters.
We should always adhere to the laws governing the fishing in Uganda, because even Congo, because we have held so many meetings.
Our people treat you well even though if we arrest your people, we don't mistreat them. So, but we have allegations of mistreatment of our people in your country.
Local leaders called for the establishments of joint legal frameworks and conservation strategies to address illegal fishing and cross-border conflicts. Benon Mokwaya, Sura Kagugube, UBC News.
Ministers Bright Ramirama and Chris Baryomunsi are impressed by the wealth creation and self-empowerment programs in Kanungu district. They were addressing NRM supporters during the launch of the NRM Abazukulu PDM livestock demonstration farm in Kanungu district. The president contributed 30 million shillings and Minister Dr. Chris Baryomunsi contributed 13 million shillings.
Sima abasa county abukutuyitaka tukakumza muneji project yetu. Now I want to take you through the achievements that we have seen out of this project. One, there has been youth empowerment. The project has recruited over 800 youth from all over Kanungu to be empowered with the skills, startup piglets, and access to cooperative savings.
Bwana Lizoba, nashemerwa munonga okwija kugamba n'abayusi ba Yero kandi okulunkinga project y'abizukuru abakigezi. Ekyokubanza kyabyona nija ombiti bishatu. Ekyokubanza nija nka Minister wa Agriculture kandi project yanyu omweru kugwera. Ekyakabiri nija nka politician kandi wa Yero nyumwabaziyo hati nabwashisha. Ekyakashatu nija nka munywani wanyu w'abantu ba Kanungu.
Nabasima ahabwa humble beginning eyimwatandikire nayo eyempunu 3 kandi nsime patron wanyu ahabwo kugira ago masiko go kugira ngo empunu 3 zirabasa kurugamu n'empunu 10. Bible iratugira ngo we should not despise humble beginnings. Mwenu mwebare kwikiriza imwe abatandikire n'empunu 3 hati mukaba mwine empunu nyinji.
The National Forestry Authority has begun demolishing illegal houses that are in Soroti City Central Forest Reserve. Now, this reserve has 9 blocks, including Itan, Gweri, Madera, Prison Spring, and Old Mbale Road. Let's take a look.
National Forestry Authority officials had warned encroachers to leave voluntarily by March 2025.
All the 9 blocks, as far as forestry is concerned, will be recovered. The next phase maybe we may go to Gweri, because last year we opened Gweri block. So if there is anyone in Gweri block, ask to voluntarily leave before we come with this. There are more expensive building up in Gweri. There are growers and villages in a 10 block. They will go down. Government and the president is very committed in issues or matters environment.
Tree planting to restore the degraded forest started earlier this year under the Greening Sorority initiative. Joseph Otim, NFS Center Manager for TESO, said Over 300 illegal homes were built in the forest, some based on fake land titles.
Encroachment is an illegal activity. You are not compensated. You are not actually, ideally, we should have even arrested these encroachers and we have them prosecuted. But also still, we have their buildings put down. So the issues of compensation, the National Forestry and Tree Planting Act of 2003 does not provide for compensation of an encroacher.
Nazifa Bigaba, the area forest supervisor, said that some encroachers uprooted over 5,000 tree seedlings meant for reforestation.
When they started showing signs of construction, we came here and we told them, this is a forest reserve. This is a reserved area for the government. Please don't construct. But of course they tell us they will construct forcefully, and finally their fate came.
However, residents claim they bought the land legally.
And now another block that we are heading to is Soroti block. Also has some illegalities there. Etem block is also going to be handled. There is Rally. I'm telling you these ones that we have not tackled, because these other ones we cooled down the illegalities from last year.
Simon Okiasi, an NFA tree planter, welcomed the move.
We're disturbed by the encroachers who have constructed the buildings inside the forest. They used to uproot actually our seedlings, but we are very happy today. NFA has rescued us. They came and demolished the building which they constructed inside the forest. And we are very happy as tree planters.
Paul Richard Osele, a local leader, noted that land sales happened secretly without local authority involvement.
Fortunately, this land here was purchased minus the consent of the MSOA committee. It was an arrangement between the seller and the buyer. Therefore, when it came to our knowledge that there was some transaction that had occurred down this way, we tried to speak to these people who purchased this land from an individual. Then the person said, it is my land. We even tried to inform these buyers, before you begin any construction, can you consult?
NFA is calling on all stakeholders to support efforts to reclaim and restore the forest reserve.
Food safety is a critical issue that affects us all, from the farm to the table. There are many points where contamination can occur, and it is essential for consumers to be aware of proper food handling and its storage practices to prevent food-borne illnesses. Globally, around 600 million people fall ill from consuming contaminated food each year, resulting into an estimated 420,000 deaths. As we crown the International Food Safety Week, we need to look at key opportunities to improve the quality of food for consumption and the increasing impacts to health and the economy. More details in this report.
Food safety is a critical issue affecting human health, economies, and sustainable development. In Uganda, 1 out of 10 persons suffer foodborne ailment. Annually, government of Uganda spends over $1 million on treatment of foodborne ailments, according to statistics by the Ministry of Health. Unsafe food excessively affects vulnerable populations, including women and children. According to the Executive Director, Food Rights Alliance, Agnes Chirabo, Ugandans continue to eating dangerous food to their lives due to ignorance and greed from producers and marketeers.
Many of them, the farmers, the traders, are still using these chemicals in our food systems. Why they were condemned and scrapped off by WHO is because of the carcinogenic component or ingredient within them that is known to cause cancer. But farmers are using them. Farmers are even inducing drying of grains by spraying these chemicals on these foods.
The Technical Coordinator, Nutrition Sensitive Agriculture at Sasakawa Africa Association, Jacqueline Namusalisi, says along the entire agriculture value chain, priority should be put on food safety as nations of the world aspire to achieve food security for healthier communities.
all the activities, all the implementations, all the innovations around Sasakawa Africa Association in promoting food and agriculture in communities is based on food safety. Food safety starts from the farm.
The consumers in developing economies like Uganda have remained complacent and unaware of safety issues. They only mind about the price of food.
Did you check the expiry date of that soda you took yesterday? Did you check the expiry date of that mineral water you took yesterday? How often do you walk into the market and check on the basic expiry date? We don't.
Food preparation is key not only for good nutrition, but for safety of the food we eat. There are many gaps in preparing safe food across communities.
The issue is people don't focus on the micronutrient deficiencies. The fact that you can look healthy, you can be fat, but in your body, you're malnourished.
Even with nutritional security, we have to think about food safety. Food safety. How are we storing our food? How are we preparing our food? How are we serving our food?
Unfortunately, Uganda has enacted some of the best policies and laws. We need to implement them to save lives.
We need to ensure that we have food safety policies, and these should be regulatory.
We have enough laws, we have enough regulations, we have enough guidelines, but we have weak systems. Our institutions are so weak numerically. The numbers of human beings working there are very few to be able to deal with this widely opened market.
Looking at this year's theme of the World Food Safety Day, Food Safety, Science in Action, the current scientific innovations have either left our food unsafe or safe for consumption.
A land dispute in Luzira and Akawa division has sparked tension and forced security intervention. The conflict involves Urepa, which has occupied and worked on the land since 1997, and Emmaus Investments Limited, which claims to have legally acquired the same land in 2014. These are the details.
Mediation failed, tensions escalated, prompting police deployment to prevent possible violence.
Genda mubagambire ddala bakoma obufere bwabwe tebaddamu na kulinya wano bakuddamu kulinya wano kuboota.
Kampala Resident District Commissioner RDC Jen Mohindo later arrived with the security team and convened an emergency meeting. Both parties, accompanied by their legal teams, presented court documents and evidence supporting their claims.
Investments Limited, Uganda Land Commission, Commissioner Land Registration, Kanungu Construction Investment, Kanungu Construction and Engineering Limited. Guno musango gwasalibwa Dr. Singiza owekitiibwa omulamuzi.
On 19th day, documents were presented. This order was presented to the security officers on the same day. The same order, the same order was by the...
We were given this land by Uganda prisons. Then, in 1997, Rotary Club again came and told us agreement nabo okuzimba nga tubasasula as a contractor, not as the owner of the land. Even the receipt we pay them is here, the copy of the checks. We were surprised after 1998. In 1999, we got an eviction letter.
Within the community, some of them are the children of the ex-prisoners. The members are around.
After reviewing the submissions, security officials guided both groups on the lawful steps to resolve the issue peacefully.
tewali agenda kubasengula unless bw'aba alina ekiragiro kya kkooti ekigamba nti mukole mutya.
Despite the effort, some residents criticized the outcome, alleging bias, asking the RDC to clarify the decision and ensure fairness. RDC Muhindo explained that the guidance provided was grounded in court findings and available evidence.
Bano balooya bo bamanyi ekyokukola, bamanyi nti bino tugenda biwakanya tutya, era akugambye nti alina emisango gy'akoze eki gy'ataddeyo, eraga nti ewakanya ekyasalibwamu. So nze saagala muteekewo embeera ey'ekikonde ate nga amateeka gali mukola ki, gali mu kubalamula. Njagala mwenna mu existinge omusenze ku ttaka fonna utolemesa landlord kukola kyakola for as long as tekikutawanya, naawe landlord naawe tolemesa ani.
The situation remains tense as residents await further clarification and resolution.
Temukozesa maanyi, because bwe munaakozesa maanyi amaanyi sige gakola abo bannamateeka.
Benon Mukwaya and Jamil Sekaja, UBC.
Brought to you by
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees.
This is a short story about you. No, I don't mean that this is you. No, this is not you. This is me. Of course, this can't be you. This can't be you because you think these things of touring Uganda are for rich people. You think these touring things are for people celebrating anniversaries. This can't be you. Because you think to enjoy wildlife, you have to first put in a leave request at work. Chimpanzees are just a 30-minute boat ride from Entebbe. And you get a chance to feed, name a chimpanzee, or even adopt a chimpanzee. You can even actually use this as a rehearsal to see if you can really provide food for another living thing. God gave us a beautiful country on a budget. We don't have to fly there, we are already here. This is ours, uniquely ours.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
You got us on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. it's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! FOB! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza if I get an accident and can't work? If anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Kale Musa is still in the hospital. Guy is missing a lot of money here.
With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your Equity personal account for Equi-Life Insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility, up to 20 nights every year. And your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest Equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the 1st floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Brought to you by
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. The Uganda Healthcare Federation, in partnership with Copious Health Services and the Ministry of Health, has launched the Family Health Expo and Symposium, scheduled for the 1st to 3rd of August at Uma Showgrounds, Lugogo. This event aims to tackle Uganda's growing health challenges amid declining international donor support. More details.
Grace Chiwanuka, the Executive Director of the Uganda Healthcare Federation, stressed the need for innovation and private sector involvement due to budget constraints.
And then we are also looking at having a symposium which is going to have an agenda that is filled with not only information from the Ministry of Health, but information from other stakeholders in the health sector that are looking at health system strengthening in light of the reduced funding gap.
With only 6.1% of Uganda's budget allocated to health, far below the Abuja Declaration's 15% target, stakeholders are calling for more investment in preventive care.
The problem is that we have been imprisoned mentally into believing that we are poor, we have nothing. We have resources, and we are the resources. As earlier on it was mentioned, human capital, and that's what counts most. Because when you go to these other countries that we look up to, where we think, oh, US is good, they are rich, UK, China, it's the love of the nation.
Faith leaders echoed the need for affordable, community-centered healthcare and urged unity in strengthening Uganda's health system through partnerships and local solutions.
Healthy people can fend for themselves economically, financially. But when people are sick, that is the vulnerable stage of their lives that they cannot do anything. But when people are healthy and strong, they can go out and work, they can eke out some means and situations to save their lives and those of their family. So I support this very, very strongly.
To support the government and all partners in the provision of health services and ensure the well-being of families in Uganda. Let us foster strong collaboration and build resilient health systems, and it's only by standing together and pooling our resources we will be successful in devising sustainable strategies needed to address our health financing challenges. My brothers and sisters, with these few words, for God and mankind, we call upon government of Uganda to reconsider increasing investment in the health sector with a major focus in preventive and community health care, including establishing, much as I said before, a national health insurance scheme.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Skilling, or rather, Uganda will be commemorating Heroes Day at Kaliro Town Council in Liantonde District tomorrow, Monday, June the 9th. The permanent secretary in the office of the President, Haji Yunus Kakande, told UBC that tomorrow, June 9th, will be a public holiday. And these are the highlights.
Every 9th of June, Uganda celebrates Heroes Day, a day set aside to celebrate those who sacrificed their lives for this country. On the district, particularly Kaliro Town Council, about 10 kilometers off the Liatonde town, is the one hosting the day. And right now, I'm standing at the venue where Ugandans will be gathering tomorrow to celebrate this day. And as you can see, everything has been set, from the chairs to the tents, to the pavilion, to even the sound system. Everything is being put in place, and everyone is ensuring that before tomorrow in the morning, everything is in place. According to the officials from the office of the president, they are ready to host the Ugandans who will be gathering here to celebrate the day.
It's 2 months. Organizations
having meetings at the headquarters of President's office and having meetings down at Lyantonde here at the ground. And we have been planning. We have invited almost the invited guests. This is about 4,000. And then we have also invited everybody, the general public, everybody from all the sub-counties of Lyantonde, Kariro, Chinutka, Mpumude, and others up to Kasagama, to be neighboring districts like Chiruhura, Sembabure, Rakai, this place called Ruengo and Masaka. So we hope that all the leaders from those districts will be here, and we shall have a nice function tomorrow.
Of course, Lyatonde district was selected because of the contributions of the young men then of this area did to the NRA war led by the current president of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I'm told this corridor, the cattle corridor from here up to Tanzania, is where he recruited most of the boys who fought in the NRA war. And since then, from 1962, Lyatonde district has never had or hosted a public holiday. And the leaders here are so excited for having been given the opportunity to host the Heroes Day for the first time.
First and foremost, we appreciate the fact that government thought it right to give the Lyantonde district the opportunity to host the Heroes Day. We really appreciate the thought. And we appreciate the fact that they have been with us in terms of organization from day one until today. We've just gotten out of the last meeting, trying to organize for the masses that are going to be here. One, for us as the Lyantonde district, we see it as an opportunity first to receive our national chairperson, our president, considering that we are an NRM district, we are a yellow district. We voted almost 80%. So him visiting us since COVID time, because COVID never allowed him to come. So we find it as an opportunity, at least for our people to come and listen to him live without always watching him on TV. So we thank God for that. Number two, we thank the organizers who have actually given us an opportunity to also be involved. And we are confident that all our guests have been taken care of.
Exciting because I was born in this place. But Lyantonde, since 1962, we've never had any national function with all governments which have been there. Our history, really, this is the best opportunity, even the government to remember the whole western axis of the revolution was holding in this place. And all the people who fought the generals, really in the first group of 79 of Franasa, came from this place.
This year's Heroes Day, which is going to be celebrated tomorrow, will be celebrated under the theme, the legacy and ideals of our heroes, a memorable inspiration. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Lyatonde.
Thank you very much, Philip Aguta, for that brilliant insight about what's going to happen tomorrow, Heroes Day. But also we ponder and ask you, who is your hero? Could it be your mother? Could it be your dad? Could it be someone that you really cherish? Take some time, reach out to them, and pay some respect. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, Dorothy Namuyomba on Sign Language. See you at 10 o'clock.
Again to this program of
Buza Commissioner.
We welcome you again to this program of Buza Commissioner. This week, as I promised you the last time, we are going to continue with the second part of the question of our brother, Mr. Joseph Wasoma from Chileka, who asked the question, what's behind different taxes on one business and how are these taxes calculated. So in our previous week's edition, we talked about the two broad categories of taxes, and we talked about the direct taxes and the indirect taxes. Indirect taxes. So we gave the example of direct taxes here that are directly incurred by the company, like income tax. And under income tax, we gave several examples like pay as you earn, like the personal income tax, and many others. But today, our focus is going to be on the indirect taxes, which we did not discuss last week. And these are also what are called consumption taxes, meaning they are paid by the final consumer. Although the business accounts for these taxes, accounting here we mean the business collects them, remits them to URA, but the business itself does not incur these taxes. And under these taxes, we will discuss VAT, or value added tax. We will discuss excise duty. So our focus today is on indirect taxes, because last week we dealt with the issue of direct taxes. The indirect taxes are taxes on goods and services paid by the consumers when they purchase these products. And I would like to give an example of a product like soda or water. When you go in a shop, a supermarket, or even a restaurant, and you buy this bottle of water, you will most likely pay 1,000 shillings for this bottle of water. Now, this bottle of water, in it, there will be two indirect taxes that you will pay. One is the value added tax. Two is the local excise duty on this bottle of water. And how are these taxes computed? Now, value added tax is a tax charged at every stage where there is value addition. Let's start with an example of a bottle of water at the point of production. Because there is value addition that comes up with this bottle of water, when it's being sold out of the factory, on the cost of this bottle, there will be added value added tax, which is 18%. Now, the one who buys this bottle of water, to go and sell it, at the point of selling, there is also some value addition. Transportation of this water, and packing it, selling it in your shop. So at the point of selling this water, you'll also charge another VAT. And what is effectively paid to Uganda Revenue Authority at that stage where value has been added will be the value added tax collected at the point of sale minus the value added tax paid at the point of purchase. And the difference is what will be given to Uganda Revenue Authority. For ease of computation, I would like to use easy numbers to follow. Supposing you have an item whose purchase value is 10,000 shillings without VAT. This is cost without VAT, okay? So at some point X, be it at the factory, be it a wholesale depot, be it at a distribution depot, you are buying a certain item X at 10,000. VAT on this item will be 18%. What is 18% of 10,000? It will be 1,800. Are we together? Now, what is the total cost So now this is the cost inclusive of VAT. So when you're going to pay for this item at the depot or at the factory, you'll pay 10,000 plus 1,800, which comes to 11,800. Okay? This is what you'll pay. Now, if you compute your cost of sale and purchase, and you establish that for you to sell this item, make some profit and pay the taxes, you establish that your cost of sale before you add VAT is, let's say, 11,000. Okay? So 18% of 11,000 is going to be the VAT at this level, and this will be 1,980. This is 18,000 of 11,000. And therefore, the cost of this item at this point will be 11,000, which is the cost without VAT, plus this one, 1,980, which makes the cost here 12,980. So you purchased this item X at 10,000 plus VAT. Altogether you paid 11,800. You have costed all your input costs, transport, rent of the premises, and you have said, for me to break even, I need to add another 1,000 on this item. So the cost before VAT becomes 11,000. Now you compute 18% of the 11,000. It gives you a total cost of 12,980. Therefore, what would be payable to Uganda Revenue Authority? VAT payable to URA. The VAT payable will be VAT output minus VAT input, and the difference is what you will pay to Uganda Revenue Authority. What is our VAT output? The VAT you collected at the point of sale, 1,980. What is your VAT input? The VAT you paid at the point of purchase, 1,800. So what is your payable VAT? 180. Very basic and simple to demonstrate how VAT is paid. VAT is not the entire 18% charge, because the entire 18% charge would have been 1,980. But because VAT is a consumer tax paid by the final consumer, what you give to URA is 180 shillings. What you paid at the point of purchase must be first recovered from what you collected at the point of sale. Now, this looks a complicated thing to calculate, even as much as I've tried to use a basic example. But technology can solve all this for you. You don't have to do this calculation on your own. So for people who are using technology called IFRIS, you will just do your selling and your purchases, stock them in IFRIS, and at the point of making your return, I forgot to mention that VAT is paid on a monthly basis. Every month, you file a return covering sales of the previous month before the 15th of the following month. So we are now in June. Before the 15th of June, all traders registered for VAT will have to file a return and pay the VAT they collected in the month of May. So it is paid after 1 month before the 15th of the following month. Now, if you have that technology called IFRIS and you're using it in your business, you will just click a button and that button will ask, are you ready to file your return to URI? And you will say yes. For due diligence, you scrutinize all the captured sales and purchases. Once you agree that they are complete, you press the button, it will compute for you the entire VAT payable, and you will submit your return. So that is it for VAT. And again, I should mention that VAT is paid by only those businesses that are registered for VAT. And one of the requirements for registering for VAT is that your turnover should be above 150 million per annum. So if it's a small business with a turnover below 150 million, you do not have to collect VAT. So Joseph, this is an example of an indirect tax. Yes, it is paid by the business, but it's not incurred by the business, it is incurred by the final consumer. The next example of a tax that is indirect is excise duty. And excise duty, as I mentioned earlier, is tax paid on a few items. And for the case of Uganda, because it varies from country to country, we pay excise duty on items like cement, items like cooking oil, items like water, soda, beer, wine, spirits, and a few other items along that line. Now, excise duty is either paid as a percentage of the cost of the item, which is called ad valorem, or as a specific amount. A specific amount as in the charge of local excise duty is 50 shillings on per litre of water. That's a fixed amount. Or as a percentage, it is 10%. And the law says 10% of 50 shillings, whichever is higher. So if your water is very cheap, the cost of producing this bottle of water is very cheap, and it happens to fall below 10%, then we'll go with 10%. If it is above 10%, then we will go with, if it is above the 50 shillings per litre, then we'll go with the percentage. So let me give another example of a factory that produces water. And we can say a factory that produces 100,000 bottles of water. And this factory looks through their costs of cleaning this water, packaging it, and they come up with what they call the ex-factory price before you put anything. Ex-factory price of a bottle of water, of one bottle of water, and you put this cost at 650 shillings as an example. For you to compute the excise duty on this water, it will be 10% of the 650 cost of each bottle of the 100,000 bottles being sold, and this will come to 10%. First of all, this is 65 million. 10% of this will be 6.5 million. Forgive me when I do these calculations mentally, it is just in the interest of saving time, but you can double check it. This one is 65 million, 10% of that would be 6.5. So this would be the local excise duty paid on the entire 100,000 bottles of water for sale. But what would be the cost of excise duty on just one bottle? Remember, it is 10% of 650. The actual excise duty on one bottle would be 65. And what would be therefore the cost of the bottle? It would be this 65 plus 650 which would be, okay, so 715 would be the actual cost of a bottle of water with excise duty inclusive. So what does it mean? If I go in a supermarket and I buy this bottle of water at 1,000 shillings, what this means is that the person who bought this water incurred the 650, which was the ex-factory price, added on the 65, which is the local excise duty on this bottle, and of course added on their other costs, which is about 285. And that is how you get to pay 1,000 shillings for this bottle of water. Therefore, the person who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business. It is the man who is going to drink this water. The 1,000 you've paid includes excise duty. It includes 650, the cost of production. It includes the other costs of doing business, as well as the profit of the business selling this. And that's why you now pay 1,000. So, in brief, that is how you know that this tax is paid by the business directly, and therefore it is a direct tax, or it is paid by the final consumer, and therefore it is an indirect tax, which is otherwise known as consumption taxes.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
I'd like to thank all our clients, our valued taxpayers, the people that we serve as we collect revenue for building our nation. I thank you very much for the questions you have sent through this program of Buza Commissioner. On behalf of URA, I would like to pledge that we are committed and we will continue to answer all the questions that you ask through this platform. The whole purpose for this program is to ensure that your pain points, your questions are efficiently responded to. So I would like to encourage all our taxpayers who have questions to ask to please utilize this program that we are running on UBC, that will be receiving your questions through the numbers that you've been given, and URA will be available to answer these questions every Monday and every Wednesday during the 8 o'clock news bulletin. And then on Sunday, after the news, we'll have a full response to all the questions that will have come in during the week. I thank UBC for supporting us in reaching our taxpayers, and I thank our taxpayers for responding positively to this program. Thank you very much.
Buza Commissioner.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Heroes Day is observed on the 9th of June annually in Uganda. On this day, we commemorate the sacrifices made during the Bush War of 1981-1986, which played a crucial role in shaping Uganda's political landscape. It is a time to remember and acknowledge the struggles and achievements of those who fought for independence, peace and justice, and to reflect on the ongoing efforts to build a better Uganda. This year, the celebrations will take place under the theme, The Legacy and Ideals of Our Heroes, a Memorable Inspiration. Join us on Monday the 9th of June in Lyantonde District as we relay the activities live on UBC. Happy Heroes Day.
On the occasion of the 36th Heroes Day, the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, together with the Uganda People's Defense Force, join His Excellency General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Tibuhaburwa Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, and Commander-in-Chief of the UPDF, and all Ugandans in commemorating this significant event, as we honor the gallant men and women who sacrificed for the peace, freedom, and prosperity of our nation, we reaffirm our commitment to ensuring peace and stability throughout the country. Aligning with the National Development Plan 4, we remain focused on completing the UPDF National Referral Hospital, fast-tracking the construction of the Ministry